So I think one of the first ones, and I'm going to talk about an individual who was my mentor who passed away a couple of years ago.
Mm,
He didn't have the easiest life. He was basically told he was not getting out of Darwin, England,
mm,
mining town, northern England. And not only did he get out, he claimed 84 residencies in 12 different countries. He spent a good portion of his life in China and Japan learning acupuncture. He had a license in China, license in Japan, license in England, license in Australia, and then one here in the States.
ooh,
And he was, he was going to clinics and scrubbing toilets and cleaning up and just to learn from the best of the best. And then he brought that here as a gift, and
mm,
he shared it so freely with anybody that would listen.
mhm.
um and oh god, definitely gonna cry. uh I had the privilege of going to a seminar with someone who he introduced me to over 20 years ago, and I actually stayed at his house in Vancouver, studied with him,
Mhm.
have a really good friendship with him. But the person sitting next to me at the seminar was my dean, which is how I knew him. And my
Wow.
dean met him back in Japan.
Wow.
And um asking my dean, who always seemed like, and he was a Londoner, very, very erudite, very, very well like put together, and he knew his stuff, and a genius as well. And clearly, I see what my mentor saw in him. Um, but my mentor's been gone probably about almost 3 years now. And Nigel said, like Peter always knew you were one of him, you were one of his.
Mhm.
And he said towards the end of his life, he started to become a little bit more of a shut-in because he didn't understand why people weren't like as into this as he was.
Right.
Um but even I remember talking to him when I started taking over some of his classes and teaching. He said, look, teach to the one or two people that get it. It's like that's
Yeah.
all that's ever going to get it. But it kind of made him sad towards the end of his life, where he really worked hard to get that information, and he wanted to make sure that it lived and it thrived, because
Mhm.
so many of these masters in China and Japan aren't around